Okay, my favorites. How are you guys?
Oh, we're great. We're great.
Oh my gosh. So the show's airing now. What is it like seeing, the reception for you guys? I think you two are the fan favorites for people.
It just it blows my mind because I think we sort of feel like imposter syndrome, we're not that nice.
Yeah, it's amazing, people cheering for us and rooting for us and having to withhold and being like, you need to stop rooting for us because you're gonna be so sad pretty soon.
Dad's gonna be really proud of you. He really is. He told you to play honorably, and you have every step of the way. I'm so glad I played with you. Me too.
I mean, LeAnn, I really thought you were gonna take it.
Me too.
Episode 1, I was like, I think it's gonna be her. I just have a feeling.
It would be so great if that were true.
I will, it was fun to watch, and then you get to the marbles episode, and I was genuinely crying during that episode for some of the interactions. Let's break this down. You go into the picnic, and they're like, pair up with somebody. At what point are you like, why did we pair up with each other?
Immediately, because I walked over to Trey and I said, I don't think we should do this. This is 2x2, and this is not Noah's Ark kind of thing here. We're it's gonna be marbles. And Trey just sort of stopped and he said, we have done everything together. We've come in together. We're working together. Let's do this, and we'll know one of us is going through if it is marbles. And
it was marbles.
Unfortunately.
They had also thrown a ton of twists at us in the previous 3 games where some of us were genuinely caught off guard. I thought it might have been a teams of 2, that sort of thing, because we hadn't really had a real team game,
Yeah.
So, and some people were like, I think we just genuinely deserved a treat at that moment.
It's
time for a treat.
There's nothing behind it.
So there was, the second they handed us the basket, because I really thought it was just, they didn't really tell us that it was going to be a picnic directly, we were going to get a full basket.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just going to be the orange juice that they juiced.
Yeah.
So when they handed us a full prop, I was like, okay, something's up.
But that second, we're looking at all these pretty little blue clouds around us right now. I just felt an instant aura of gray clouds over me because I knew this was not going to end well.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to move on. I really did. And I also knew that urge to compete was going to be hard to subdue.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, Trey, what was it like for you going back into the dorms without your mom?
Yeah, so I was actually the last one in, back from the dorms, back from the game. They had held me for a couple hours to do the reveal, and it was a mixed reaction because people were shocked, people were upset that she didn't come back into the game.
I always wondered, did Marina actually kick your like she said she was going to if you want?
No, she didn't. We're actually we were playing together and talking a lot when we came back. That's so funny. But in terms of how I felt like, I don't know, it was my game to play. It was my game to win at that point. And I was really excited to go forward, but I realized that I had a lot of missing pieces in my game that were filled when she was there.
Right. Okay, so then we go to the glass bridge, and this was a lot of people had a lot of opinions on what went down here.
So they're not passing? She's not gonna jump up?
I guess not.
Mandy's welcome to overtake.
Because Ashley did not
jump.
Go in front of you, but then as soon as you're gone, she goes for it. She starts.
Right.
She jumps in there. How did you feel about how that all went down?
I mean.
Why didn't anybody else come and overtake you?
Right.
Right. That's what I said.
So I think it's just it's fairness until it's not. I think it's one step too far removed to say somebody else should have come up and overtake you. Because that's not their job. I think what Ashley saw was somebody that was willing to take more than one jump. So she was like, I don't need to take another jump. I'm perfectly fine. It takes a lot of bravery to be yeah, I'm gonna overtake you,
Yeah.
and put myself on the line after you had just done that. So I don't really blame her for not taking action in that moment. Obviously, game-wise, she like it was in her best interest to have me
It
keep
got
jumping.
her pretty much to the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
smart.
Yeah,
It was
nearly to the
really
finale. So, like, good for her in that way. Of course, in the game, mad at her. Outside of the game, like, we hung out yesterday all day.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
like, we're
She's
we're
great.
chill.
It,
Yeah.
it was an interesting thing because I think watching it, you expect everyone to just backstab each other constantly, but there was a surprising amount of teamwork and camaraderie amongst everybody.
And people were generally very nice. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked, when Trey got back, he said, I don't know how great it's going to be because they're just, the drama, people were being nice to each other.
And that's
Yeah.
how fun. Yeah, I like to watch
Preferred-
people
be-
suffer.
Right,
Yeah, I would
yeah.
prefer to watch on television suffering rather than jolly good times and handshakes and hugs. But I think generally because of the nature of the game, where it was like, oh yeah, there were odd ducks that were really easy to eliminate when there was 100 people and 70 people.
Yeah.
People were like really dancing on eggshells as we got to the lower numbers because we needed reasons to eliminate people.
Yeah.
And
And you had built
and
relationships.
yeah, and it was coming to that.
If you had to do it all again, is there anything that you would change about the way you played the game?
No, there's no.
Yes, I would have found a different partner, or I would have been the one without a partner. I would have, because I'm confident we both could have moved on. It would have been a random, lucky thing, but I think it would have been really cool to have both of us move on.
Oh my God.
I was not expecting that.
Wow. How's she picking me?
Is there anything that you feel like you need to say your piece about in regards to another player in the game?
Oh, for me, I think Lorenzo now post game, I think Lorenzo is an icon. I mean, the guy's first of all, he's really funny. I just never talked to him much during the game. I just observed Lorenzo, and he's pretty edgy.
I don't remember if it's 302 or 302. I just wanted to make sure.
It's the same.
I think I got it
Either
now.
one.
That moment was hilarious, by the
It was
way.
funny.
He's like 302 or 302. You're like, it's the same
it's the
thing.
same. And then I'm thinking, my thought bubble is you needed a better line when you came over to me.
It's like you stood in that line for 15 people, and the best you could come up with was, is the number the same or the same?
But yeah.
I'm not that excited about Apple. I think I'm gonna pass. Thank you for the kindness, but I don't wanna.
But, I don't have any hard feelings. We are making fun of it at this point. He's making fun, I'm making fun, and my daughter's named one of the deer in our backyard who won't eat the sliced apples, Lorenzo.